As in the vibrant town of Barksville, where every dog had a job, some herded, some guarded, and some simply looked adorable, one particular pup, a scruffy golden mutt named Scraps, had a peculiar problem. He wouldn't stop barking. Specifically, Scraps wouldn't stop barking at an old abandoned car parked in the middle of Wobble Alley. No one knew where it came from, no one knew why it was there, but Scraps had made it his life's mission to stand in front of it and bark until his little lungs gave out. To most of the townspeople, this was just another one of Scraps' odd quirks, but to his best friend, Felix, a fast-talking, gadget-loving raccoon with a passion for solving mysteries, this was something worth investigating. "You only bark like that when something's wrong," Felix said, adjusting his oversized homemade spy goggles. "Last time, you barked at Mayor Puddingfoot's hat, and it turned out to be a squirrel living inside. That means this," he dramatically pointed at the abandoned car, "is important." Scraps nodded furiously and let out another loud, echoing bark. Just then, another voice joined in. "Lulu, a hyperactive hummingbird with a penchant for high-speed chaos. She zipped around the car like a, ooh, this thing is weird. It smells like trouble and old socks." Felix whipped out his custom-built multi-tool, which was about 75% duct tape and 25% pure genius, and began examining the car. "Let's see. There's no dust on the windshield. That means it hasn't been here long. The doors are locked. The tires are glowing slightly, which is definitely not normal." Scraps barked in agreement. A mechanical voice blared from within. "Access denied. Unauthorized life forms detected." The trio froze. Lulu zipped behind Scraps' ears. Felix's goggles nearly popped off his head. Scraps just barked. Felix, being the self-declared brains of the group, knew one thing for sure. Cars were not supposed to talk. At least, not like that. Okay, this is fine. This is just a car. A possibly alien car. A possibly dangerous alien car. But still a car, Felix said, pulling out his notebook, where he wrote things that shouldn't happen but keep happening at the top. Scraps barked again. The car beeped again. This time, something new happened. The headlights flashed in a pattern. Felix's eyes widened. It's talking in code," Lulu gasped. "Wait, I speak beeping." Felix raised a skeptical brow. "Since when?" Lulu grinned. "Since right now." She zipped up to the blinking lights, watching closely. "It says stuck, help, need." "Something about cheese?" Ugh. Felix smacked his forehead. "That makes no sense." Scraps, however, wagged his tail furiously. He ran around in circles, barking. Inside was something none of them expected. A tiny, panicked-looking robot with a single glowing eye and spaghetti-like arms tangled in a mess of wires. The little robot flailed wildly. "Oh, thank goodness. I thought I'm Ziggy, engineer first class of the..." "Well, never mind that, but you gotta help me fix this car or we're all in big trouble," Lulu gasped. "Ooh, what kind of big trouble? Like, someone took your sandwich trouble or an army of evil hamsters is invading trouble?" Ziggy dramatically wiggled his noodle arms. "Bigger, this car, it's a spaceship, and it's mal-magnifying. If I don't fix it soon..." Felix adjusted his goggles. "So, let me get this straight. You parked your spaceship car thing in the middle of Barksville, and it's about to go haywire unless we fix the problem?" Ziggy's spaceship wasn't just any spaceship. It ran on a rare, ultra-powerful energy source called zonclonium. The bigger problem? Zonclonium could only be found in one place, at the top of Howl's Peak, the most treacherous mountain in Barksville, guarded by a slightly overdramatic goat named Lord Buckington III. "Ah," Felix groaned, "I hate dealing with that goat." "He does have a good mustache, though," Lulu added. With no time to waste, the trio plus Ziggy set off for Howl's Peak. The journey was eventful. Lulu got distracted by shiny objects. Scraps chased a butterfly off a cliff. Felix caught him just in time. Felix had to talk their way past an angry herd of gossiping sheep. And finally, they reached Lord Buckington's lair. A giant, absurdly fancy tower filled with portraits of himself. Buckington, a goat with an outrageous mustache and a monocle, dramatically posed. Who dares seek the sacred zonclonium? Felix sighed. It's just us, Buckington. Ah, Felix, my old rival. I'm not your rival. Fine, my nemesis. Felix groaned. We just need the zonclonium. Buckington stroked his mustache. And what do I get in return? Lulu zipped up. A compliment, Buckington gasped. Proceed. Lulu cleared her throat. Your mustache is magnificent. Buckington fainted from joy. Felix quickly grabbed the zonclomium. Go! With the zonclomium secured, they raced back to the spaceship car. Ziggy installed the energy source just in time, right as the car started pulling in everything around it. The moment the zonclomium clicked into place, the ship stabilized, the lights stopped flashing, the beeping turned into a gentle hum. Scraps let out one last triumphant bark. Ziggy cheered. Yes! It works, Felix smirked. Told you we'd fix it. Ziggy hopped into the pilot's seat. I owe you one, guys. If you ever need a spaceship, just bark. Scraps wagged his tail wildly. As Ziggy's ship lifted into the sky, the town of Barksville cheered. Felix adjusted his goggles. Well, that was ridiculous. Lulu grinned. And awesome, Scraps barked in agreement. Moral of the story? Sometimes the weirdest problems lead to the best adventures. And also, always trust a dog's bark.